Hello YouTube, I'm back with another Soul Lane gameplay. This time I'm going to be playing some Hell. It seems like there's a pretty big demand for Hell. So I'm going to be doing a play-by-play for her, and apparently, because of the coronavirus, everybody needs some nice cleansing across the globe, so Hell is going to be definitely good for that. She's going to heal everybody right up. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody made that comment, I just repeated it. Maybe it was cringe, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, Tango Color. Damn. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing Hell. She's one of my top 5 mages in old Soul Lane. Turn down my game a little bit. Maybe my headset's just a little too loud. There we go. So yeah, she's one of my top five mages in solo, and I think a lot of people like Hell as a god. Now, she's a bit viable in mid right now, so she's kind of a good flex pick. You can play her in mid or solo, whatever you prefer. But obviously, most of my viewers are probably going to be solo laners, so I'm going to try and show you guys how to play a little bit of Hell solo today. The cool thing about Hell, especially if you start like this, is that you don't really need TP because you're going to be able to clear waves really easily. You have 60 power. You got to be a little bit careful of high pressure warriors. You kind of always have to be careful of high pressure warriors whenever you're playing immobile mages or low pressure picks in solo, but for the most part, you'll be good. Shouldn't really need a mana pot. Although Hell does use a lot of mana, 1, because she spams a lot, and 2, because she has so many abilities. She's a stand switcher. Most stand switchers use a lot of mana unless they have really low mana costs. But I should be good just as far as totem. I have 15 MP5 from this, which is pretty crazy. And I'll have a blue buff as well. So I'm going to clear really quickly because I have so much early game power. The tier 2 Chronos Pendant start is kind of insane. So it's really good in mid, not as viable in solo, but it's still something you can look to go. We're not sure what we're against here. It's gonna be Ymir. It's actually pretty good for us. He's pretty easy to cleanse his damage. He doesn't have a good amount of kill pressure on us just because he hits pretty hard, but I'm gonna make sure we know what his start is. Looks like he's going TP and Warrior's Blessing. Make sure he doesn't have his Blessing. Didn't get hit by that, which is nice. Also, you start your 3 as well. You could start your 3 and then heal your wave and make it annoying for them, but it doesn't. Level 1 out pushing them doesn't really do much besides make it easier for them to get credit for their blue plus the wave, So just want to make sure I get totem here, especially because I'm Hell, but also because totem's good for everyone. Important objective. It's our only objective in the soul lane besides the enemy soul laner. Gonna try and freeze me here. Missed. Gonna do that. You have a lot of early pressure, like I said, with this Chronos Pendant tier 2 because you do so much damage. 41 in auto, that's pretty good. Just gonna keep trying to poke him here. Good poke, avoid the freeze. Yeah, spacing is really important against Ymir and any character with like close range CC. Actually, probably kill this guy. I'm gonna grab my 2 for the Prot Shred in slow. Ooh, he's 1 HP. That's okay. Pop our multi-pot here. Might be able to kill him still. I gotta be careful of taking a tower shot. I don't really mind if he actually backs. I don't really want to stop his back because he's just gonna back anyway and then TP back in. See what happens here. Ooh, didn't want to miss that. I don't really mind his poke. I got some pots going and obviously Hell. I can sustain a lot of it. Just be careful, right? Gotta be a little bit careful. I will have my sprint just in case, and I do want to get this totem, so I'm gonna play aggro anyway. So yeah, I mean, you might be surprised by how much you can actually bully people with this start. Usually Warrior's Blessing is kind of OP because you just are so tanky, and if you you don't really take any damage from minions, and it's really hard to out-trade somebody when you don't have Warrior's Blessing and they do. But the amount of power you get from this and the fact that Hell kind of just has so many abilities early game actually makes it pretty easy to out-trade people. Ymir is obviously not the best god ever at punishing a Hell. I'd say something like just any like auto attack warrior, like Osiris, obviously gonna be pretty good. Osiris gonna be good. Arthur's gonna be pretty good. Colin's definitely gonna be up there. He's got the anti-heal and everything. I'm actually gonna grab this and just a health pot. and run on back to our lane. So Ymir's going to TP in. He'll clear pretty well. He may be able to push the Wavebender tower, but only miss a couple of minions most likely. Looks like he's not going to be there. Maybe he's on totem. His blue should be down. So yeah, some tips for playing Hel, just getting away with playing her in the solo lane, is that whenever you're against like one of those high pressure warriors and everything like that, unless they make a mistake, unless like you're just hitting them while they're in the wave and they're taking a lot of damage and they're not really like trading with you that well, I would say for the most part you're gonna need to like stay back here towards this side of the lane and just always keep eyes on the jungle and just keep throwing out your ones. I don't really mind taking poke. I have a ton of defense. I don't know why this guy's like trolling. This is all fine with me. Just pop that. You missed that. Unfortunate. Oh no. Oh, I almost turned that. So I just used my sprint there to avoid her ult. I was taking a lot of damage from Ymir there. Probably unnecessary amount of poke, but at least we survived the gank. But yeah, that's kind of when you always want to sit back with the Hel. You do get ganked pretty easily, so if you have a defensive active, which I do recommend going, you don't really need TP. You can always use that to survive the gank. I'm gonna let him know that Ymir ult is down. Let's slow him. That's a prot shred as well. Could be good. Oh, their Agni's here now. Might be good. Oh, I wasn't able to avoid that. Not sure why the Agni's here, but there should be a double because that guy doesn't have his dash. Nice try. That works out. Pele didn't get a kill for ganking me. She basically just had it back and wasted a bunch of time, and then we got a double kill. And our blue is still up. Good grab wards. I definitely recommend grabbing wards whenever you're playing a mage like this that gets ganked pretty easily, so you can ward low. That's the most important thing. So I already have a ward there. I think it's maybe either my vision shard or the Alklong's. That's one of the most important spots to ward because you're going to be playing back more in the lane, so you don't really want to ward too high. You kind of can just keep eyes on the jungle and see when they're coming from that side, you know? Try and save the gold from that. Yeah, a bit of a misplay by me just for taking so much damage from Ymir before that Pele even got there. But just gonna try and poke him a little bit. Nice space for his freeze there, which is good. He's gonna wall. Doing a lot of damage here. He's poked out pretty hard. It's good for us. Okay, this wall down. Just gonna keep trying to poke him. Possible that I get ganked here, so I gotta be a little bit careful. Space for that. And him with a little bit more poke. Pop a mana pot here. We are losing a lot of mana, or using a lot of mana. Like he wants to contest this. Space for his freeze again. Didn't quite hit him with that. I've got to keep eyes on the map, make sure we know where Pele is. Some good poke. I really do want to play up on him, but I have a feeling that Pele's going to be over here. Scotty's in left, Pele's in the right jungle, and we see her. I do want to go for this. I want this Alklong to come over. Gonna just wait for this. Nice, that's a kill. I wanted to get the last hit there because the Fed Hel is pretty nice, but it's all good either way. It's a good Neath ult for sure. That blue is up. I definitely could go for it, but I think the Pele is probably just going to be there. And whenever you're playing a god like this, you kind of just want to take the guaranteed wins and you not get behind. But if you don't get behind, then you're going to be a lot more useful, most likely, than the god you're playing against most of the time, unless they're playing like, I don't know, another like pretty greedy pick. Just gonna run away. I do want to get the totem whenever I can, but I definitely need to take my back now and get some wards for this Pele. Definitely want to go cooldown boots because it has mana and CDR, which is exactly what you want as Pele. And another benefit of backing there is that he just TP back in. and probably has a little bit of a power spike, so now I got my power spike. Another thing to keep in mind when you're not going TP, this goes for Hel because she's one of the characters you probably don't want to go TP on, you want to go defensive active. But for anybody else is that the point of TP is TPing back in with a power spike instantly and then applying pressure with that. So when you don't have TP, you kind of want to try and match people's pressure that they get from having power spikes instantly by backing before like the minions meet in the middle of the lane. So if I can back, like, if I had back 5 seconds later and gotten back out and gotten back to my lane, the enemy solo laner who TP'd in wouldn't really be able to apply that much pressure. I wasn't able to space for that, unfortunately. I'm gonna keep poking him. I might be able to... Oh, I shouldn't have gotten hit by that. If I didn't get hit by that, I would have been chilling. Could have killed him, probably. Probably kill him here. Hit that. And avoided that. This should be a free kill either way. Nice. I want to make sure that whenever you play Hel that you don't heal from hitting somebody with your light one unless it's your teammate. So if you hit an enemy with it, you don't heal from it. It does a decent amount of damage though. It's really good burst, but it obviously does not heal you unless you have lifesteal, I guess. So their blue should be up soon. Pretty similar timer to ours, just because remember, probably the Pele probably did it when I was doing my own. Because Ymir was dead. This Ymir is juking a lot, and he has some nice jukes, I'm not gonna lie, but he's also kind of juking himself to death. He's just kind of playing weird. See if I can get in here. I could sprint, but I kind of want to save it. I should be able to get the kill. Nice. Maybe I can help you. I'm gonna sprint. Oh, I'm dead. That's unfortunate. I kind of just ignored that Pele when I probably shouldn't have. He already has a Brawlers, which is unfortunate. And I didn't have any defense for her. Probably should have not just avoided her there. Or ignored her, rather. That was a pretty bad death by me. Also, this Erling has Toxic Blade, which is unfortunate. We have a lot of healing, and every year play a healer, it kind of sucks when... If you're the only healer on the team, then it kind of feels bad for them to invest in an anti-heal. Like, they probably have to, but... When they have a ton of reasons to build anti-heal, it feels really bad for like the main healer. Like obviously none of these people heal each other, but they have good self-sustain. So kind of it feels bad for us because it just makes it that much more efficient for the enemy team to build anti-heal. Yeah, pretty bad play by me. Definitely was not what I was talking about. That was not a guaranteed win. Also, Thoth just kind of kept running away from me. I think if he maybe come toward me, we would have been chilling. Get some low wards here. This Pele is pretty fed, and Pele is probably one of the best characters ever at killing immobile mages. So, just a little bit unfortunate. I haven't really cleansed much of the Ymir's freezes, but that's just because I've been spacing for him pretty well. It should be a kill. Nice. Got a ton of pressure. Both blues are out. This should full clear the back minions now. Oh no, it doesn't. We can bait this pretty hard. Cleanse that. Oh, I wasn't able to. And I'm dead. That's Pele Blink. I don't know. My entire team left. That's okay. I guess the Neja's level 8. There's not much he can do. Oh well, I wish I had my Lotus Crown there. That's for sure. At least I'm level 12 now. And can get my second active. That guy has an ult. He walked into the one. Oh, that's rough, man. That was I guess it didn't really work out, but I was trying to bait for... It was like we had 4 people there and they had 2. That was a good solo copy. I'm gonna go Shell. I could have gone Aegis because this Pele's kind of fed and it will kind of one-shot me. But we're playing for late game at this point, and 2 defensive actives that help out the team would be really nice. There goes my tower, unfortunately. No big deal though. Pretty late in the game, and if I really wanted to, I could zone the wave at my towards my tower, my tier 2. Make it really awkward for them to push up to get it, and make it less awkward for me have to push up because I'm a kind of immobile mage. Definitely want to put points in the 2 just because it reduces prots. It's kind of nice. Goes up to 25 flat prot. If I can poke this guy out. Gonna dash. Dash on me. Wow. A little bit ambitious by that guy. I just had to be patient. If I ever needed to, I could have shelled his bombs. We got a kill on Pele. This is actually really good. I'm gonna rotate left. You do get power and MP5 from leveling this. But it's kind of an option to level either. This should be really good for us. We already killed Pele and we're about to kill both these dudes. Fine. Nice. All gold here. I'm going to be over here strong with both my actives up. This should be really good for us. That's why, I mean, I don't really mind dying ever on a greedy pick like this, as long as like I know that I'm like winning lane, or at least doing well in lane. Like I've been ahead of this Ymir the entire game, so it hasn't really ever mattered to me. I know that I'm just going to do so much more when it comes to the team fight. Nice, that was a little bit awkward. I sprinted us. We can fight these guys. This guy does have brawlers. Nice, let's go. This Hao Kuang's actually popping. Me and him are the wombo. Keep this guy up, share this last wave, and then probably back. So I probably can get tier 2 Genjis here. This is basically the build I showed you guys in my video. And upgraded shell. Upgraded shell is very, very good. Shell's good on its own, but it takes it to the next level. So yeah, like I said, like I was talking about, as far as like tips for playing Hel as well, as far as leveling her abilities, you definitely want to max your 3 first, because it's your self heal and it's also your big burst. Your wave clear. You can clear with your 1, but it does pretty good base damage, especially if you're building a lot of power, which you should in pretty much every role that you play. What the hell? What the hell? What did I just witness? I still have Curse Knock on me and Toxic Blade. This Hao Kuang's kind of getting free roam and left, which is good. I'm just gonna wait and heal. I'm gonna avoid that. Oh, you gotta hit those, bro. Okay. I wasn't able to get my own blue, but I guess their entire team's here while the Hao Kuang kind of wins us the game, so I don't really mind. Kind of boring for me, but whatever. Try and get our backs here, get as much farm as possible, keep our lead going. I don't know why they like all died and then randomly ran to my blue buff. We won a gold purify and they all showed up at blue. That's okay. I'm trying to get the farm up. I was never really in threat there to that Erling ever, because I've already looked at his build and I have my active or my shell up. Make sure we proc low this crown as often as possible. That's why CDR is really nice. Kind of just giving procs to your team. I also like building auras on Hel, because you're going to be sticking around your team a lot of the time. I'm going to slow this guy. It's going to slow for a lot. And we'll just burst him down. Give the kill to Neith, which is fine. Need to heal up a little bit. If a little tip for Hel as well with your team, especially if you're not in comms. You can burst this Hel or this Pele down. Oh, I wasn't quite able to kill her. I didn't switch stances fast enough. Cleanse that. But yeah, tip, you can say stay here or need healing. If you just say need healing to your team, they should sit still knowing that they're Hel most of the time. Give you an example and he doesn't do it. But for the most part, as long as you're at like a decent level, they should know, okay, I need to stand still because this Hel wants to heal, you know, or wants to heal me. I don't really mind tanking this. I have shell up. I don't need to use it though, and we got a kill on the Agni. I'm just trying to bait it as much as possible. Oh, I wasn't able to freaking shell in time. That's unfortunate. Thought that would end up going well, but Akwang did his speed first. He should be able to kill everyone. Nice. He should just be careful, probably. Oh, he went in. Oh my goodness. No, that was a bit greedy by him. Oh, let's go. Good thoughtful. Well, now we have our Genjis, which is nice. The laning phase kind of was just over by the time I bought Lotus Crown as well. Like, usually if you're against a magical and they're going to bully you, you want to be building your magical defense third. But the laning phase was over at that point, and we were ahead of the Ymir. And pretty easy for me to avoid the Ymir's damage for the most part, so. We want to make sure they don't get Onis here because it's a really big Gold Fury. Their ADC and their Fed Jungler are dead though, so we got a little bit of time. So I'm going to try and go grab my blue, then I want to make sure I make my way over to the Gold Fury so they don't get it for free. Agnes in mid, that's a good sign. I also need to push out this right wave, it's pretty big. A lot of farm. Let's say defend goal, make sure that they realize that we're defending that. I need to get a ward on fire. Me pushing up right now with no wards or having no eyes on anyone on the map is a little bit awkward because they can kill me really easily, but I'm just gonna make my way over there. I don't really have anything to back for besides like tier 1 Rod of Asclepius. We can poke this guy out. Oh my gosh, he just dashed. Should be pretty good. That's his sprint. Aegis as well, nice. Heal up my team. They have a ton of anti-heal, so I'm not healing it too much in the actual fights, like in combat, but once we get out of combat, we literally just heal to full, and that's what kind of the strength of health, to be honest. Should be really good for us. Oh, let's go. I'm gonna cleanse the ice. Nice. We should just go Oni here. I can slow this guy. We should just kill him. Maybe not. Wait, didn't he just 3? Oh, he's got Genjis. And cleanse my team here. Nice. I'm just gonna keep this guy healed. Nice, he stands still. You can say just follow me, you need healing. For the most part, they should understand what the dealio is. Except he just juked me there. We can probably go straight to fire here. We have so much healing. That's kind of the strength of one of the strengths of Hell is that you can do a lot of objectives. You can do a lot of objectives once you get kills because you can just keep everyone healed up, so they're never really in like threat of getting too low. Now everyone's back to full and we're chilling. So I'm gonna try and tank this because I don't do a ton of damage to it, and I'm pretty tanky. I keep my team healed up. There's an Erlang here, he's on me, which I'm fine with. Just gonna try and burst this. Now we can kill him. Finds a root if they have it. That's his curse dunk as well. Let's get my Rod of Asclepius. I'll actually be able to heal through some of their anti-heal, but for the most part, in combat, it's going to be really rough. This is free. Oh, he took me. No big deal. We're probably just returning base anyway. So Rod of Asclepius 2600, right? Yep, perfect. Just the right amount. Now we can go out and win the game. Do some objectives, do some towers and everything. Yeah, like I was saying, even though I don't have the greatest slash line ever, it's really not that big of a deal. Whenever you play a greedy pick like this, as long as you're not behind, and as long as they aren't like incredibly far ahead, especially like if they're incredibly far ahead off of killing you, then obviously that's going to be bad. But they never really were, and I was always ahead of the Ymir, and you know, we're going to feel good come late game no matter what, unless they're incredibly far ahead. So we should just group up and push. But you guys kind of saw the nastiness of Hell in like these mid-game team fights. We were able to kill a lot of people, we got gold, and we were able to get fire and pyro, and no one was even low because I just had kept everyone in full health. We want to attack left because it's the farthest away from fire. It's usually where you want to push. So with Hell late game, you kind of transition into just a utility god. If you've ever played Overwatch, it's kind of like Mercy, where you literally just like sit there and like pocket heal people. You want to sit back, use your cleanses on your frontliners so that they don't really get focused out, and they can tank the Phoenix for free, or the tower, or whatever it is that you're pushing. And this guy should be dead, which is good. Getting a pick before pushing is really good. Obviously, if they're gonna play really far up, then we're gonna poke them. What am I? in there. Oh. Could be good. I'm just going to sprint and shell. Heal everyone back up. Unfortunately, use both my axes there. But if I'm being honest, my audio cut out for like 3 seconds and I was kind of confused. Yeah, we won't have our actives for this, but we should be able to just end the game now. They're dead for minimum 30, every single person. And I'm hell, and I'll just keep everybody healed up, So yeah, like I was saying, you kind of want to sit in light stance for the most part, come late game, especially when you're like sieging and everything like that. Because kind of just a heal bot. Guess I'll tank this. Cleanse this. Nice, we got the cleanse off. And he's dead, and that's the game. I think he's gonna spawn, try and bomb me probably. But it doesn't matter. So it wasn't the greatest game ever. It's my first game of the day, so cut me some slack. I haven't played Hell in a little bit, but like I said, Hell's a pretty fun god, and I actually think she's pretty decent in this meta, especially with the build that I showed you guys in the video, the top 5 video. And I mean, I went to build in this video, and you can kind of see the strength of it. Good early pressure. You heal for a lot come team fights, and you know, having a ton of CDR is always really good on stance switchers in general, but especially healers. So yeah, we were able to do 11.3k healing, 15k damage. Definitely missed a lot of ability, so it could have been better, but you know, at the end of the day, it was still a pretty good game, and it kind of showcases kind of the strengths and weaknesses of Hell that game. You know, your early game isn't amazing as far as like when people like gank you and stuff like that. You're kind of susceptible to ganks, but come to the mid game, if you're not really too far behind, or maybe even even ahead, then you're gonna kind of own everybody. So yeah, glad our team kept their head in it, and that was a pretty good game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you want to see next. This was definitely a God request gameplay. I kind of just took it out of the my hat of tricks, this Hell game, because a lot of people were requesting it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you want to see next, and peace out. Have a great day.